Back at Return to Grace. I'm not sure how close we are to the end. I might be able to finish it today. I might not. I might need one more episode. But anyway, here we are. So... Alright. The temple.
Did you like my little game?
You mean the game where you refused to help us?
I provided you with the opportunity to prove yourself. Is that not why you're here?
I'm an archaeologist. I'm here to do my job.
I don't think Addie enjoys having obstacles placed in the way of her goals.
We have arrived at our destination.
All right. Here we go.
The Spire pilgrims must have gathered here. To listen to the Keeper's sermons, I guess.
People will return here
like a
once
church.
the beacon is restored. Flock and shepherd will be reunited.
I like how all the lights flash when Control talks. That's the only thing about him I like. He's such a pain in the backside. Let's see, is there anything... no jump, no sprint, still frustrating as anything. I think I need to come up with a pew out of place.
Signs of conflict?
Or a strength contest?
There's just so much going on. This room is so big. Interesting. Oh, more... Oh, more wish canisters.
Wish
This is going to be
canisters.
fun.
These have never been used.
For recording wishes, maybe. They look pretty banged up.
I guess that's what they were throwing at the window. All of these are empty? Okay.
Where is Grace? Well, I'm not alone in wondering.
Wonder
I
if it's an
am here.
actual language.
It is the people who are lost.
Pilgrims were building fires. Why would they do that?
Probably to keep warm,
Someone went through a lot of food.
cook food.
People were clearly sleeping here. They must have dragged this up from the settlement. Guessing they were here for a while.
Judging by bedding and volume of food containers, 5 to 10 people might have been here for over 20 days.
Interesting. Looks like we had a lot of problems here. Oh, more container canisters. Okay. More projectiles.
This explains all the canisters lying around.
Must have been fun. It would have been chaos. There was clearly a lot of anger directed toward the Keeper.
Well, I mean, to some people, chaos could be fun, so I guess they're both right. I guess that explains where the bedding went. But I haven't seen... Ooh, a whole soliloquy here. I wonder if this is an actual language?
With the manifesto. I don't recognize the language.
I am embarrassed to say I do not recognize it either.
Well, they were here long enough to get bored. It must have been written with charcoal from the fires.
I wonder, did they make up a whole language for this, or... Okay. Climbing up the debris.
Seems to be holding my weight.
So far, so good. Okay. Blanket to guard from glass. Pretty thick glass.
This must weigh a ton. At least a couple people worked together to break through here.
All right.
So the Keeper must have stood here, addressed the visitors, gave his sermons. You imagine having the solar system coming to you for answers?
The Keeper was merely a vessel for the word of grace.
Then why not have Grace address them?
There's sometimes more power in what is imagined than in what is seen.
Okay. What am I doing? Looking around. I still don't know what's going on. More of these wish canisters. Okay.
More camps. Another stage in the siege. Looks like the numbers really fell off here. Most gave up by now.
Or died.
No bodies yet. Death to Everett. Pretty clear who they blamed.
Okay.
This must be an attempted barricade. I'm guessing there was a lengthy siege. So, when Grace shut down, the Pilgrims blamed the Keeper. They demanded to see Grace, or thought they could reactivate her. The Keeper turned off the heat. Pilgrims built fires, dug in. They eventually got restless. Wish canisters started flying. As Pilgrims were breaking through the partition, the Keeper and his followers built up a barricade. We'll have to make our way through the barricade to learn how it ended.
All right. Tunnel our way through all this hoo-ha. Chicanery and shenanigans. Wonder... See, I don't want to miss anything because there's a lot of
Can't make
story.
this out.
There's all this story, and I don't want to...
2766 to 2780. These dates are from the old Julian calendar, which makes them very old.
1,200 years, by all accounts.
That is very old.
2780 to 2830. I'm guessing these were the time periods that these keepers served here. Nothing here either.
I wonder if it's just worn off or scraped off in all of the...
This canister looks undamaged.
And it has been recorded on.
All right, let's see what's going on here.
This has gone on long enough. There's nothing Keeper Ever can do to meet your demands. You must return to your ships now, or we will be forced to take more drastic measures.
So
We
this
got
was left
got
to
some
the angry
viewers.
pilgrims.
Welcome to the...
What do you think more drastic measures were?
I don't know. But you might get to see that dead body.
Hmm.
Second barricade. Looks like they got under this one.
Well, welcome to the stream, viewers. Feel free to pop into the chat. I don't know how entertaining I can be, but, just feel free to say hi.
2942 to 2956. This would mean keepers were at the spire for at least...
444 years.
That sounds about right.
That's a lengthy stay. All right.
Do we know where this goes?
To a funicular that leads to the next section of the
Turn
spire.
that off. A funicular.
Oxygen tanks. Everett up the ante. Cut off life support here.
Getting heavy now.
Long live Grace.
Apparently not.
See, with actual plants here, how much damage can you do cutting off the oxygen? Because the plants would still produce oxygen. Nope. Up this way. Yeah. Almost. Got it.
Oxygen is almost out. We are going to make one last push today before returning to the ships. Grace, help us. We will win.
Oof. Well, at least they were optimistic about their chances. Okay.
Hold on, Addie. The room beyond the airlock is uncompressed. I don't believe it can be sealed. Something must have been compromised. You'll want your helmet on.
Thanks, Mom. All right.
The tracks ahead lead to the highest point of the spire, known as the lighthouse.
Is that where we'll find Grace's processors?
Obviously.
You need only worry about the beacon, Addie.
I'll worry about what I want to worry about. You get off my butt. Oh, yeah, definitely.
What happened here?
More rioting?
Definitely not.
This doesn't look operational.
Let me try it, Addie.
Okay.
All right. Anything? Come on.
On! It's ice again?
The force needed to break through the ice dam would only come from directing all power to control processors.
Which only I can do.
Great.
On one condition.
And what's that?
You shall have no others before me. Cast aside that device on your wrist and continue with me alone.
Whoa, hang on.
No, Addie.
But how will I communicate with you?
Mine is the only voice that resonates freely throughout every aspect of the spire. My words live within the vessel in which you stand now. They reverberate through the very walls of the Enclave above. Through the many devices and instruments at my control.
Yep, I got it. You're everywhere.
What if she needs another configuration for something?
She will not.
Is there another way to get to the top?
Of course. The funicular is merely the most survivable option.
Throw the device from the funicular window to take your place at my side.
A choice.
So if I throw this away, you'll take me to the top.
It will be done.
There must be other options, Addie.
The emergency exit in the airlock may provide an alternative path.
I should consider other options first.
Okay, see.
This door leads out into the storm?
To
I
your
had a
certain
couple
demise.
viewers.
Yes.
All right, so I'm going to leave
Being
this up
dramatic.
to.
Your death is only marginally likely.
I'm going to leave this up
Theory,
to people
you could
watching.
follow the funicular track up the mountain slope to the base of the lighthouse structure.
It would be dangerous.
So I give up my options by throwing away my comm, or take my chances in the storm.
It's an important decision, to be sure.
You must not do this, Addie. In taking this risk, you jeopardize all of humanity. Would you deny them my guidance and protection?
This is what can happen when you make ultimatums.
You and your ilk were distracting Addie from her true purpose.
We are providing Addie with a variety.
All right, so I have a choice. I either go out this way and brave the storm, and keep everybody, or I go through this way and I stick with my only control. I have to get rid of everyone else. Alright. You know what? I'm a bit of a wimp about this kind of stuff, so unless somebody in the chat pops up and says to go ahead and cast out the device, I'm going to take the door. Alright. 3, 2, 1. Alright. Nothing. Here we go.
Sorry, boss. I'm keeping my comm device.
You may not live to regret this, but countless billions in the solar system.
Addie,
Alan?
where are you?
I was right, Alan. I found Grace.
You need to return immediately, Addie. Your oxygen must be dangerously low.
I'm good, Alan.
You need to listen to me.
If I'd listened to you, we wouldn't have made it past Mars.
Wait, did you say Grace is still active?
Not exactly, but I'm working with her oldest servers to try to bring her back online.
Well, one of these servers is actively blocking me.
I can guess which one.
You need to get back.
Alan? Alan!
You're not considering climbing across that structure, are you?
Do I have a choice?
There is also a path that descends into the canyon. It looks well worn and preserved over time, which means it's likely sheltered and safe.
And boring.
The funicular structure looks faster. And more fun.
Don't tease, Addie. The walk will give you time to think. And perhaps a chance for us to talk.
Oh. Alright. Do I take this quick route? Or do I take the long route? You know what? I played it safe last time.
What are you thinking, Addie?
It's the fastest way to the other side.
Or to the bottom of the canyon?
I'm with you, Ed.
This is quite a drop. This
Slow and
is
steady.
a much bigger drop than the
Forget
last
to breathe.
couple times.
Whoa.
Alright, alright.
Breathe.
Steady. Oh! Oh!
Great save.
That was too close.
Thought I was gonna die. Thought I had it balanced, but I guess I overcorrected. Okay.
Oh boy.
Oh, nice and easy. Nice and easy. Nice and steady.
You're in
Alright.
control.
I'm starting to think I should have taken the other one just for more dialogue, you know.
Not sure this was the smartest choice.
Nonsense. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
But what kills you you.
Okay.
Take it in, Addie. How many humans can say they've climbed across a train track bridge thingy in a lunar ice storm? We only live once, right?
That's an interesting
not sure
point.
that applies to you.
Oh, maybe not. But who knows what's going to happen at the end of all this? We gotta enjoy it while it lasts, right?
Maybe you're right, pal.
Oh man. Getting into some deep philosophical stuff. Not sure I'm completely okay with it. Alright, man, and this is icy as anything.
That's a bit of a stretch.
You can make that, right, Addie?
Please consider the consequences here.
You're back.
I never left, Addie. I simply can't. And you can't make that jump.
It is unlikely, and a failed attempt would risk grave injury.
Listen to logic. You must turn back and take the canyon path.
But we're so close!
You know what? I'm gonna take the canyon path. I think I can get there by doing this.
You're right, Mom.
How do I get back down? Did I miss my... Oh, I probably just gotta go this way. There we go. Alright, yeah. Okay.
How do you know where this is headed?
I don't. But it must eventually make its way to the other side of the canyon. Where else would it be leading?
Good point.
More sheltered here. So, what did you want to talk about?
Why is it so important that you activate Grace?
It's widely believed that recovering Grace would recover thousands of years of knowledge lost to the Dark Age.
Game's very...
This looks like an old colonial language.
That's strange. I don't recognize the dialect.
Translates roughly to Grace is love.
You've come all this way at great personal risk in search of knowledge?
Why not?
Without enough fuel or oxygen to go home.
I'm a committed academic.
What do you really want from Grace?
I'm not sure.
Well, if Grace can grant wishes, then maybe we could still have a chance to get
we
home.
don't let AI make any important decisions anymore. But most of the decisions that humans make are pretty awful.
You don't think AIs are capable of making bad decisions?
I just hoped Grace might be better. I don't have plans to return because I don't have anything to return to. And I can thank human decisions for that.
See, it's starting to create like this big, like, thought game. It's like a thought project or whatever. What is it? Thought exercise. It's like human versus AI, and I mean, like right now we're dealing with a lot of problems with AIs, and it's like, what will it be in the future? And I didn't realize this game was going to get as deep as it is.
What does it say?
It says, let her rest.
Leave her alone.
People wanted her to go away?
Or didn't want her disturbed.
The whole thing is like, am I doing the right thing by going through all of this? Did Grace the bad stuff because of the humans in charge? It's just cave. I don't know. Is that the way I'm supposed to go? Is this the way I'm supposed to go? Do they all just kind of meet up in here? Yeah, they just meet up in here. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I'm not actually missing anything. But it's like, what actually happened?
Were these to honor Grace, I wonder?
Or to leave one's mark for other travelers to see?
Vanity, at its most basic. Don't we all desire to leave something behind?
Zealots, maybe.
Or curious explorers like yourself?
She panicked.
I'm sorry, dear.
It's okay.
Were you ever able to forgive this pilot?
Well, I mean, human error is a constant thing in everything that we do. We're only human. But is giving the decisions to AI even that much better? I mean, they can't really think on the fly. Was that? I don't know if anybody remembers the cartoon Tailspin. They did a similar thing. They had a robot pilot, and and then they put it up against Baloo as an actual.
How much farther?
It's another 50 meters to the base of the lighthouse.
This wasn't so bad then.
You still have to find a way into the lighthouse. So there's still time to regret not taking the free ride to the top.
Determined to let me die in any way.
So I can bring down the ladder by...
Of course. You've proven to be clever enough.
The path keeps going. We could see if there's another way in.
So what's it going to be, Addy? Something that challenges your mind? Or you?
Oh, Logic, get over yourself. There it is. Path goes up that way. So what even is
The
this?
numeric override that lowers the ladder is 50 and can be represented in binary. I can give you the sequence.
I happen to know a bit about ancient computer languages. Turning each switch adds a different fixed value. Starting with 1 on the far...
But you needn't muck around. I could just tell you the sequence.
Yeah, well, maybe I want to muck around.
Very well. But I'm here if you require my assistance.
Okay. 64. 96. 112. 120. Let's see.
You remember the number you are trying to reach is
88.
50.
24. 28. 30. 31. 63.
I'm here if you need me.
55. 51. Ooh. Yay! I did it!
You're so smart, Addy.
Compared to what?
Why wouldn't you let me help you with the override?
It's only natural.
And can be manually opened.
And that's...
So it was just to do that.
Gaddy, but you have arrived redeemed with the activation of the beacon.
Always with the beacon.
Yes, always with the beacon.
Oh, okay. All
Will I
right.
need my helmet?
It's never a bad idea. Unless you want to preserve your suit oxygen in case of emergency.
The rooms ahead are safely pressurized, Addy.
Oh,
You're
I didn't
good to
have
go.
to do the airlock. Okay.
Do we know if your processors are here?
The room directly ahead was the Keeper's living quarters. Grace processors are somewhere above.
Red lights. Well, we don't want Roxanne here.
Pretty basic accommodations.
You don't have to put on the red light. Or this is Grace's red light district. Sassy.
These must be the cells where the Keeper's acolytes stayed.
And where new ones will return.
Yes, I know. Bad jokes. I do the dad joke thing. Oh, hello, hello.
This looks like it was left for someone to find.
Got it.
I can hardly believe it has come to this, but my work here with Grace will end with Grace herself. I can only pray that people will come to forgive us one day. We loved her, and we lost her. She will never be forgotten.
Doesn't sound like the Inner Circle wanted Grace shut down.
I'm wondering, like, did Grace go rogue AI? Like, did Grace become Skynet?
Another canister.
I mean,
The last shuttle leaves in but a few hours. We did what we could to save her. I know she is lost to us for good. Even Everett probably knows that now. But I couldn't compel him to leave. None of us could. I fear he will follow Grace into the dark. Yet, such is the way of a keeper. His fate will forever be tied to Grace.
Everett was trying to save Grace.
But yeah, with control as a part of her whole thing, I could believe she would go nuts. All right.
This door certainly looks important.
Big
How do we
fancy
get in?
door.
That's curious. I have no access to this door, nor do I see any way of opening it.
Open door. Let me open the open door. No. Okay. What's this?
Feels solid.
There aren't any hidden switches, if that's what you're thinking.
All right.
This is the same symbol that's on the Keeper's door. So I assume it represents the Keeper. The triangle here must be the spire, which would represent Grace.
Okay.
And this would be the pilgrims coming to Grace. This ring here seems to connect the Keeper to Grace.
Curious that the Keeper is situated above Grace. Would you agree, Control?
Coincidence.
The human in the loop, I guess?
Okay.
Nothing here either.
Well, you're nothing if not predictable.
Just making sure.
Alrighty. Let's see here.
Looks like someone's being selected from a group.
A human sacrifice.
I'm guessing it's the Keeper.
The depiction seems to imply they were chosen from the masses on pilgrimage here.
Faithful, vigilant, willing. That sounds so familiar.
The ancient tenets of the human in the loop.
Grace's architects must have been more fearful of losing control over AIs than we are today because they gave them so much responsibility. I mean, it makes sense. Grace was the greatest AI undertaking in human history.
Okay.
So, if this is the symbol of the Keeper, I figure only the Keeper was allowed to enter here.
Maybe the Keeper had a key for the door.
As we've been saying, there is no mechanism for a key or any other interface.
Maybe the Keeper was the key. Maybe the door would open for him.
Are you not already the Keeper? You are the only human in the loop here. Ah, but does Addie qualify based on the 3 tenets?
I would say Addie has proven to be virtuous and faithful.
But I'm not willing?
Are you willing to become the new keeper?
If it means I'm able to activate Grace. But how would I prove I'm willing?
Maybe you can just tell the door you're the new Keeper.
That's idiotic.
I'm the Keeper?
Ha!
Say it like you mean it.
I'm the Keeper.
Congratulations on your new job, Addie.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, congrats.
My God. This is really it.
More plants.
Each tube must connect with a room in the settlement. This must be where all the wishes end up.
Okay.
What's this?
A playback device for the wish canisters. It appears wishes from each room could be sorted and consolidated onto master canisters.
Just static.
The recording is too deteriorated for standard playback. You'll need to rebuild the recording with your altered comm device.
Oh, even with a playback machine, I still have to hack the canisters. Whatever. At least they're easy to get to.
Well, it's been over 30 years since I made a wish of my own. It's the same one as always. I wish it'd come back to us. I'd also like to wish for your forgiveness, Grace. I know the place above is your domain, and we ought not enter. But I've decided going up there is the only way to get you back, and I have to give it a shot. I won't be sending this wish up with all the others. I'm going to leave it here for anyone else who might come along. And if they do manage to bring you back, they can tell you Everett says hello, and that he truly believed you were a beautiful thing.
So, Everett had a way into the processor room.
That would have been strictly forbidden.
The room is directly above, but I don't detect an obvious way in.
Maybe he wished himself up there?
If that works, I will gladly shut myself down.
Do it, Addie. Make a wish.
As last resort, pal. It did sound like these wish canisters could be sent up to Grace somehow.
And there are still more buttons and things to push on the console.
Where are you going, Addie?
Just looking around. Decent-sized bed. You think Keepers ever had partners?
Are you considering your prospects? I'd suggest they are not good.
That looks kind of like a cool bed. I think I'd sleep there.
Is this anything special?
It is a light, and there is nothing behind it. Are you looking for secret passageways?
Maybe.
I would think the mechanism for transporting wishes to Grace would be housed somewhere on Everett's workstation.
Yeah, probably.
That does make sense.
Is this a lavatory?
It is indeed. And I think we can assume Everett was not using it to send wishes to Grace.
Killjoys.
He didn't keep much in the way of personal items.
As keeper, he would have want of nothing.
Can't
Looks
say
like
I'd
a-
feel the same after a few years.
A sorry game piece. And a couple pots. I wonder. A theremin.
Is this a theremin?
It is a 35th century reproduction of a 29th century Kellogg theremin.
I used to play one as a kid. I hated those lessons.
Oh, I get to play the theremin.
It still works. Let's see what I can remember.
You are seriously going to indulge in a theremin session?
If it was good enough for Everett, it's good enough for me. Just settling into a new job.
Okay, that was whatever. quirky. Alright, let me go finish playing around with this console. Alright. Did I push all the buttons? What is this? That's probably a, I don't know. Whatever that is. I've pushed that button, it doesn't work. A lever. Lever. Oh. Hello.
Ah.
Hmm. Okay. Guess this one doesn't open. Hello.
One of the blocks is missing. Looks like it was ripped out. I don't suppose Everett crawled in here.
The cavity would be big enough to contain an average human.
There's really no telling what would happen if you rolled that up.
But it has to be the way he got up there. Makes sense.
The space above is the domain of Grace. It is not for you to enter.
What else is there for me to do here?
You can carry out your duty as Keeper of the Spire. On the console, there is a button that will activate a beacon to call the masses back to this place. I have armed the mechanism. You need only push the button. Human hands will usher in a new golden age.
You know, I guess that explains what that was. Okay, the beacon button. Just because I don't like control. It's a pain in my backside.
Well, I fit.
Now what? You're going to mail yourself?
Maybe.
There's no way to raise this container from inside.
Okay. Alright. Just because I don't like control.
This is not allowed, Addie.
Yeah,
I need to know.
Keep your hands inside at all times, Addie.
Oh, I've gone to Epcot. In a geodesic dome, I think it's called.
There must be millions of wishes stored here. What can you tell me about this place?
Precisely 1 million wishes are contained here.
Oh, and they light up when I speak with my voice.
Can you get me closer to the central column?
I do not have the ability to move the structure.
Sorry about this, Mom. I don't think I have many options here.
This is gonna be fun.
I feel like these are meant to be moving.
Are connected to us somehow. I think they are us.
It's kind
The
of
wishes are grouped together to provide the
makes me think of
subroutines
the
that make up empathy,
the
logic,
Imperial
and control
Senate in
systems.
Star Wars.
It would make sense, wouldn't
prequels.
it, that grace would be made from the hopes and dreams of humanity?
Empathy is such a hippie. Oh, big jump.
I do not detect any sign of Everett here.
No dead body?
There are no human remains within the confines of this room.
Okay.
Aw, man.
Sorry, pal. And if there's no body here, where the heck would he have gone? Everett was living here.
The oxygen tanks at his bedside would suggest so.
Restoring grace must have meant a great deal to him.
So what's all this?
It appears Everett has built something into Grace's central processor.
Do you know what it does?
You would have to turn it on before we begin to understand how it works.
You'll have to prime the machine first.
This must be the primer.
It
Okay.
is.
Two. And three.
Whoa. What's it doing?
Obviously, Everett is circumventing the engineering of Grace's system interconnectivity. High voltage is being directed at the centers of Grace's primary systems. This first terminal is directed at empathy processing, and the machine is designed to paralyze each system long enough to force it back into Grace's intended configuration.
There are still 2 other coils to prime.
So it's like knocking us out, then throwing us in a pot where we're melted back together into Grace?
Huh. That is a shockingly fitting analogy.
All right.
What happened?
Uh-oh.
One of the empathy relays is not aligned. Something must have happened to it over the years.
Okay.
Look for the misaligned energy beam.
Okay, it's not that one. There it is.
Do you think it will hurt to be turned into Grace?
Not at all, pal. You'll return to what you were before Addie arrived. After that, we'll become Grace.
What if I don't like being Grace?
But who's to say you won't like it?
Oof.
What am I supposed to do here? Can you cut the power?
The machine sequence has been initiated. I don't believe we can shut it down without damaging it.
The voltage would be enough to kill you.
Yeah, that would be bad.
I might be able to block the power for a few seconds to allow you to get across the beam.
What do you think, Mom?
I know how far you've come and what this means to you. And I really don't see any other way.
I'll give you enough time to get there, Addie.
This, Mom?
I think you already know what you're going to do. I think I need to stay out of your way.
Okay.
Very...
I'm ready when you are.
Yeah,
Do it.
Very much Mom.
Here I go.
All right.
How you doing, pal?
So far, so good.
Yep, knew it was coming.
Keep moving, Addie. This is getting hard.
Come on. Come on, come on,
You have
come
to
on.
hold on, pal.
Okay. Now it's gonna kick back on as soon as I get to safe ground.
You did it, pal.
Yep.
Super proud of you.
I did, didn't I?
Now what am I doing?
Yes.
What do I do from here?
Well done.
Oh, I gotta go down there. Okay. Ooh. All right.
Is it safe to touch?
Very likely.
Likely we'll have to do, I guess.
You should be able to direct it toward the conducting rod attached to the room's central column.
That's
Okay.
it.
You should now be able to lock in empathy by closing the switch on Everett's machine.
You were a great friend, Addie.
Oh, going this way.
Never had so much fun before you arrived.
Thanks, pal.
Come to think of it, I don't remember anything before you arrived. Maybe next time, we'll get to do more of the really fun stuff.
You mean dangerous stuff? Perhaps there is something you can learn from Addie's caution.
I guess. But then, you'll always wonder what you might have missed out on.
There is nothing wrong with valuing a long, comfortable life.
Do we really? This?
It's the way we were designed, pal. There's nothing to be afraid of.
All right. And see, and then we're getting... Oh, we're getting into the whole thing of, like, AI and free will and where the separation of AI and actual sentience comes in. And, I mean, are they just really, really good AI, or do they have their own actual personalities?
So this will lock in and paralyze empathy?
It will, leaving control, logic, and myself to aid you going forward.
It's unclear what we will be once Grace is formed, but I'm forever grateful that you have survived to see her.
Pal.
get rid of the 3 nicest ones. I mean, Jack's still good, but... Alright.
You really are the best, Daddy. I think I love you.
Oh.
Well, that's finally over. We'll be able to hear ourselves think now.
AI
You will need to
crush.
climb the next sequence, Addie.
Okay.
You should not expect any emotional send-off from me.
Still not a fan of empathy?
A fan? No. But I have to admit, you made a compelling case for their use. The fact that you continually resisted the most direct route to your goal would appear to defy logic. But the distractions presented by these emotional configurations yielded some new understandings.
Are you okay with becoming Grace?
It is how we were designed. I would have to be okay with it.
That's not a yes. Another
What this
one?
time?
One of the logic relays will not power on. You will need to make your way out to the relay.
Which one is it?
The one producing a small electrical fire. Everett was quite the electrician. One thing I do not understand, Addie, is why come all this way without any intention of returning home or surviving on this station for more than 8 hours?
I told this to Mom.
How do I get...
There was nothing for me to return to.
Ah,
Going
but
this
that
way.
does little to explain why you came here.
Alright. But it's just, it's getting, you get kind of attached to the AIs, Pal and Mom and, you know, Jack, or the hybrid AIs. Empathy was fun, if a little hippie, and logic was okay, if a little stuffy, but then you got...
What's wrong with it?
The relay's dip switch has reset. It will need to be configured to its hardware ID 113.
This again. This looks complex.
The sequence is on, off, off, off.
Nope.
That's it.
Alright.
You can go lock in logic now.
So why do you
No,
think I'm here?
I could have done
If you
that
will allow me to simulate empathy
myself,
for a
probably.
moment. I think you are here because you wanted to be part of something bigger than your life on Earth offered you.
Do you think I found that?
So far, you've only succeeded in finding things you left behind. Your mum, your pal, your conscience. I now understand that...
Thanks for helping me get this far.
Well, it is, indeed, what we are here for.
Alright. That's the one I've already done.
Well, this is it.
Just one more step. I hope my assistance has been adequate.
It has. Thank you, Jack.
Farewell, Addie. And for the record, I do hope your 600 million mile, 300-day journey won't be for naught.
Perhaps it's already been worth it. Just you and me, Control. Still sulking, I see. I have to prime first.
To the completion of your betrayal.
Good.
Ah.
Bite me.
He speaks.
I offered you an easy path to the restoration of order in the solar system, and you chose this path instead.
I chose my own path.
You must stop this foolishness, Addie. You must not do this, Addie.
Yeah, I must. If for no other reason than because you don't want me to do it. Oh, hey, this one just worked. Alright. This is it. Get rid of Control and regain Grace, hypothetically.
Sorry, Addie. I cannot let you do this.
You can't stop
What are
me.
you doing?
It's become clear that the restoration of Grace in this manner is entirely unnatural. You must not proceed. Humankind needs order.
Stop it, Control. You're going to break something.
I'm saving you from Everett's corrupting influence.
He was just trying to bring Grace back.
Come on, almost there.
I thought you were here to help humankind. You are...
I was programmed with one purpose: to serve. All desire, all the potential manner of human endeavor through sermons. It was the wishes that led me to think hard about the notion of perfect. Without conflict and struggle, people were losing their desire. They had nothing to overcome, to strive for.
You shut yourself down.
I believed I was standing in your way.
So you will be leaving again.
These beacons are meant to call humanity.
Who chooses them?
1,000 years. Do you recall that purple bloom you chose in my garden? A unique bloom you spotted in a sea of others. For a millennium, people from all corners of the solar system had come here to tell me their desires. So, I put it to you, Addie. Do you wish for me?
Oh. That's kind of an abrupt end. Or is... Oh, that is the end. Oh. Okay, so... I thought Mom and Grace sounded a lot alike. Oh, man, so... I wonder, do I get different endings based on the choices I make? What would have happened if I had activated the beacon and instead of activating Grace, if I had picked a different flower, if I had not listened to the wish canisters, if I'd have not explored and found the theremin, you know. This is a game that just encourages multiple playthroughs. Because then you get to find out what, you know, what you get from different choices, different...
Small excursion, she said. Follow a couple leads and then back to the books. I know I should be more assertive. It's for her safety, too. Not that she ever thinks about my safety. All the signs were there at the Wagner site. Let me bake in the Mercury sun for 2 days. Doesn't seem so bad now. She could have at least shut the door behind her.
I don't think she could have shut the door behind her. Did the door fall out? Oh, man. So, yeah, there's like a lot of deep themes of like AI, you know, ethics. Yeah, ethics of using AI. It's like kind of talked about religion in a little bit. Man, I wonder if this is going to have a sequel. This would make a really good. I don't know what they could do with the sequel though, but like play as, you know, Addie the Keeper, trying to, I guess, negotiate everything. But then you'd only have Grace. You wouldn't have the others. I don't know. I don't like the way it just kind of drops off, but I don't know. This is a deep thinking game.